believe that it's been over 20 years since we lost the great comedy legend of John Candy.
Although he was just 43 years of age when he passed, he left behind an incredibly long and impressive list of hits that still managed to make us laugh. Have a look.
Both.
Hi.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, now Jen, I want to start with you. He was a lovable larrikin, as we would say down here on screen. He always played those sweet, sort of almost goofy characters in a strange situation. What was he like as a father?
Oh, he was very similar to that. You know, I always describe him as some version of Uncle Buck. You know, he was always, very, very stern and kind of wanting to watch over the kids and always, but at the same time just knew how to have a good time and was always lovable and just, he was a great dad. He was your average, he was your typical dad. But he was very similar to a lot of his characters too.
When you watch his films now, which one reminds you most of him?
I think if you really look at some of the character work he was doing in Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, the Del Griffith character has so many, hysterical moments, but he's got some amazing, heartfelt moments, and I definitely remember some parts of that within him, when I was growing up.
So, growing up, Jen, with this famous father, worldwide famous father, obviously that would have its perks, but I want to know, did it have an impact on you guys as kids? I mean, is it one of those things that he sheltered you from that, or did you have an awareness of this?
I think it was a combination of both. My dad was really good with kind of keeping us in some sort of like bubble, social bubble also. So we grew up on a farm for the beginning half of at least my life until I was about 5 years old. And so and also social media and paparazzi type scenarios were significantly different back then than they are now. Mm-hmm. So. He was really good about keeping work and family. It did blend over from time to time, but I don't think it was until much later that we realized what we had experienced or, were in at that time.
Chris, you're an actor and a musician now, but we hear that your dad, he didn't want you guys to go into the business, so why did you decide to follow in his footsteps?
I mean, yeah, I don't remember him saying it, but Jen definitely, she's got a few years on me.
I've got a few years on him, so I think it was more of me going, hey, you can't be in the business, and he knew that we weren't going to listen anyway, so I think... Yeah,
well, I mean...
He went the music route.
Besides the fact, like, with my dad being an amazing, comedian and actor and talent, Jen and I were doing plays, all the time through grade school and high school, and I got into music, for... a long time playing trumpet and rock music and all this fun stuff. And then slowly I realized that I really enjoyed acting and I wanted to be on stage. And so I kind of took that dive into it and I loved it, and it's a craft and a thing you really have to focus on and be dedicated to, and I love it. So.
And Jennifer, you've gone to the comedy side, so you do stand up now. So
I did. Well, yeah, I did. I dove into that. I started off with improv and I dabbled in stand-up, so that's kind of something I'm playing around with now. And then I'm also hosting too, because I do a talk show at Second City where I interview alumni of Second City and SCTV called Couch Candy. So that's something fun. So I kind of try and wear as many hats as I can so that you can experience everything.
You guys actually seem like, I know you live close by. I mean, do you families, do you get together all the time? It seems like, even though we're talking about your father a lot, I think the legacy is leaving for you guys, that you seem very close and very, united.
We are. I think we are. Right? I did pick him up on the way from his place, so we drove here together.
We rode over here together.
But I think that's a big, it's our dad, but it's also, it's a part of a family. And our mom she was our rock. And so we were always, family was very important, and family was very important with my dad. So, we live close by to each other. We talk almost every day, and
it's a Canadian thing.
It's a very Canadian thing. So we're very close-knit.
Exactly. Well, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really appreciate it. Thank you, Chris. Thank you, Jen.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
They are.